Welcome. If this is your first time here, thanks for watching. If this isn't your first time and you've actually seen me before, my question is, why? What poor life choices have brought you back here? Anyway, I feel I should start today with an apology. In my last video, I made the grave mistake of talking about Filipino food, and I appear to have offended roughly half of Manila. So sorry about that. Well, not really, but moving on. Today we're tackling something a lot less edible, but far more complicated: visas. I'm going to tell you exactly how to get into the country, how you can do it, what you should do, and more importantly, what you shouldn't do, and also where to go and where not to go. Basically, I've already made all the mistakes, so just don't do what I did and you'll be fine. So if you're from the UK or America or Europe or Australia, getting into the Philippines is easy. You basically get 30 days visa free. However, you do need to fill out some paperwork beforehand, and it's called an e-travel form, which is basically an online questionnaire pretending it's important. You'll also need proof that you're leaving. Now, don't waste hundreds of dollars on a real flight. You don't need to do that. All you need to do is go to one of these sites which does forward, onward ticket service. You'll pay like £10 or $15 for a 48-hour flight hold. Now, if you give this to immigration, they'll allow you into the country. They'll stamp your passport and you'll be on your merry way without having to actually take another flight or having to pay hundreds of dollars or pounds to actually buy a flight. Now, once you've burned through your first 30 days, it's time to meet your new best friend, which is the Bureau of Immigration. Now, head to your nearest office. I recommend the one in Circuit Mall in Makati, and trust me, we're going to get to why later. Your first extension, no matter what you do, is always 29 days. You can't skip it. Just bring your passport and cash. You cannot pay on card. They'll offer you an express service. It's an extra 1,500 peso if you want it. I didn't, so I just left my passport there and came back a few days later to pick it up. Now, that whole service for the 29-day extension cost me 2,000 peso. Now, congratulations, you've just unlocked another month here and possibly a lifetime subscription to government paperwork. Feeling brave and foolish, I decided to try for a 6-month visa extension. Bad idea. I was told the only place to do this was the main immigration office in Intramuros. Now, if you've never been to Intramuros, it's a bit like stepping into another time. This is an old walled city of Manila. It was built by the Spanish in the late 1500s. Thick stone walls, cobbled streets, and colonial style buildings. It's the postcard vision of history. You'll find Fort Santiago here, where Jose Rizal, the national hero, spent his last days before being executed. You've got the Grand Manila Cathedral with its towering facade and little side streets with horse-drawn carriages that make you feel like you should be wearing a powdered wig. It's all very charming until you realise you're here for immigration. And that's where the romance ends. Intramuros has a special talent. It somehow feels hotter than the rest of Manila. I don't know if it's the stone or the concrete or if the sun just really likes this place, but you will sweat. Inside the immigration building, it's pure chaos. Imagine Wall Street trading floor energy, but swap the stockbrokers for people clutching passports and paperwork. There's shouting, queues, and it just does not make sense. There's a general vibe of, if you don't already know what you're doing, good luck. If you are introverted, this place will break your spirit. I eventually made it to the right counter, paperwork in hand, and asked for a 6-month extension. The lady looked at me and simply said, no. Unless I was either getting married or I had health conditions, I was not allowed a 6-month extension. So my choices were 1 month non-express or 2-month express. I caved and I paid for the 2 months express. Get ready for this. 6,788 peso for the visa plus 1,500 for the express fee. The express wait time, supposedly 90 minutes. Reality, 2.5 hours. I walked out lighter in wallet and heavier in regret. After that disaster at Intramuros, I knew I had to face the Bureau of Immigration again, but this time I was going to stick to familiar territory, Circuit Mall in Makati. Now, Circuit Mall is not just another mall in Manila. Sorry, not mall. It actually looks pleasant. It's clean, orderly, and just being there puts you in a better mood. Unlike Intramuros, it doesn't feel like you're walking through the devil's living room. The temperature here is merciful, the air moves, and you're not instantly drenched in sweat before you even reach the immigration office. Now, the immigration office here feels like a completely different universe. The moment you walk in, someone actually greets you. There's this really nice guy. He's always there, he always greets you, and he always tells you where to go. He's lovely. He's like, "Good morning, sir, how can I help you?" Really, really nice. You're given clear instructions, there's seating that isn't falling apart, and there's none of that shove your way to the counter and hope for the best chaos. People speak at a normal volume. Nobody's waving papers in your face. It's calm, it's organised. It's the immigration equivalent of a spa day. Now, this time, I was there for a 2-month extension non-express. Total cost. Ready? 1,870 peso. That's right, for less than a third of what I paid at Intramuros, I got the exact same extension, but I kept my sanity. I handed over my passport, I filled out the form, I paid in cash, and was told to come back in a couple of days to pick it up. No pushing, no confusion, no hint of soul-crushing bureaucracy that I endured last time. By the way, the video that you're watching right now is the actual route to get to the office here. It's on the top floor. Now, being British, I naturally chose to do this the most complicated way possible, taking 4 separate escalators. Now, my friend sensibly pointed out that we could have just gone up 1 elevator directly to the top floor. But no, I like to suffer, so escalators it was. Now, before we wrap up, here's a few bonus tips about visas in the Philippines that no one bothers to mention, but they probably should. Top tip number 1, immigration loves cash. You cannot pay with card. They don't do tap to pay, they don't even do Gcash, and they don't do Apple Pay. So bring peso. I saw one guy trying to pay in US dollar. The look the clerk gave him, if looks could kill, he would be dead. Tip 2, dress code. This happened to me. The nice guy that I met, I was wearing just a vest top once, and he said to me, "Next time you come, wear a t-shirt." I said, "Okay." So you don't need to wear a suit, but maybe don't turn up looking like you rolled out of a beach bar like I did. Tip 3, bring a pen. Trust me, nothing screams rookie like standing in the middle of the immigration office hunting for a pen while 50 people behind you stare holes into the back of your head. Yeah, there are pens there, but they're rare, so bring your own. And finally, patience. You're going to need lots of patience. Even the smoothest immigration trip here still moves at Philippines time. You can't rush it, so relax. Or at least pretend you are while you're quietly losing your mind inside. It's going to take you the better half of a morning or an afternoon to do. So that's my crash course in surviving the Philippines visa process, from the chaos of Intramuros to the calm of Circuit Mall. If you enjoyed watching me bumble my way through bureaucracy, make sure you subscribe and stay up to date, because let's be honest, there is a 100% chance that I'm going to get myself into more chaos sooner rather than later. And in my next video, I'll be introducing you to some of my friends here so you can see the poor souls who put up with me in real life. I'll see you in the next one.